Hey everyone, this is going to be the tutorial video for the last trick I uploaded. So if you didn't get a chance to check out that performance, I will leave a link to it in the description. And I'm also going to leave the original video where I learned this trick from down below, along with the channel, so you can go and subscribe to them. And for every video, I always try to leave the video and the channel in the description anyway. So without further ado, let's get into how to do this. So really quick, actually, the two decks I'm using, first my prediction deck, are the Navigators. And I have a review on this, so I will leave that down below in the description. The main deck I'm using are the Deck Starter. I actually won these as part of Card Mechanics 13K giveaway bundle. So I'm going to leave the deck review, the giveaway bundle unboxing, and his channel down in the description as well. So, how are you going to do this trick? Well, if you're going to do it how I did it in the performance, you're going to need a setup. But at the end, I'm going to teach you a few ways you can do this without a setup. So the first thing I do is I go to a different deck. Now, you don't even need a second deck. You could have a single card, or you could write this on a piece of paper. But what I do is I take out any 7. Now, you don't need 7, but there's a reason I choose 7, which I will get to later in the video. So, in this case, the 7 of diamonds, and I'm going to leave it face up in the deck. Now, this could be a single card in your wallet. This could be in an envelope. You could even write down on a piece of paper, you will choose the 7 of diamonds. So once this is face up, I put this in the box and I put it away. For the main deck, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out that same 7, in this case the 7 of diamonds, and I'm going to put it 7th from the top. Because you chose 7, well, not because you chose 7, it needs to be in the 7th position, actually, for this to work. But if you choose a 7 and they name 7 and you count down 7, I think it just makes it look better. But we'll get into that more at the end. So whatever card you choose, you're gonna predict. This is going to be 7th from the top of the deck. And then what I have are 2 die or dice. And it doesn't matter what these are, you just want normal dice. Once you have all of this, you're all set to go. So, you can go up to your spectator, and if you want, you can do any false shuffles or cuts you would like. Those are optional. I will leave some down in the description below. And this is where I go ahead and I take out this prediction deck, and I say I have a prediction in the box. I'm going to leave it here till the end. But if you have like a piece of paper or a wallet, you can take it out and you can say, I'm going to leave this here till the end. We'll get back to this later. You can check out the original video to get some ideas on how to do this. Now, for this, I'm going to leave the 7 face up. Keep in mind, though, it would be face down. And now I'm going to go over every single option there is to do. So, for the dice, here's what you're going to do. You're going to have the spectator go ahead and roll the dice. Okay, so let's go over it this way first. You're going to have them keep on rolling until they're satisfied with the number on top. Okay, so let's say we have a 6, and I don't remember what we had. I think a 4 or a 5. Let's just roll again. Okay, 4 and 2. So you ask them if they're happy with that, and they say yes. And now either you can do this or the spectator can do this, but they could deal out the number first. But afterwards, actually, for the first 2 times, they could deal out the number. At the end, though, you would need to take back the packet, and you'll see what I mean. So let's say in this case, we deal 4 plus 2, which is 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now you explain to them that they're going to turn over one of the die. Okay, let's say in this case a 5. So now they're going to deal 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're going to put down the rest of the deck. And now here's what you're going to do. You're going to pick up the packet on the table. You're going to spread this packet. And you're going to explain to them they could have dealt any set of numbers. And you're going to look at the die that wasn't turned over. In this case, the 4. So from the top of the packet, you're going to eyeball 4 cards. In this case, this is 4 cards. I like to put my middle finger on the 4th card, and I say, let's just give the packet a cut. I make this look like it's just random. So I separate the 4, I drop that, then I drop the bigger packet on top, cuts that 7 to the top. So now you can reveal this any way you would like. I say, okay, let's take that card. And keep in mind, I had a prediction. You named any. You actually rolled till you had any 2 numbers. We dealt those. Then you turn over one of the die. We dealt that many. Then what we did actually was we just went ahead and gave the packet a cut. Let's see for the first time ever what card you landed on. In this case, the 7. And my prediction I had here since the beginning just so happens to be the 7. So that's one way you can do it, okay? And that's really the original way you can go about this. But now let's go over some other ways you can do this. So 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so you don't even need to do the force, because let's say for this instance, the spectator rolls the die, and you get 5 plus 1, which is 6. You can say, okay, I want you to deal 6 cards onto the table. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Turn over the next card on top of the deck. It's going to be the 7 of diamonds. And then you can reveal your 7 of diamonds any way you would like. So that's another way you can do it without the force. Now, let's say in this instance, you have 5 plus 2, which is 7. Well, you can say, okay, I want you to deal 6 cards and turn face up that 7th card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 7, they would turn it face up. So those are 2 ways you can do it without the force of the die. So now here are some other ways you can actually go about this. So I already went over 6 and 7. Let's go over, actually, there's another way you can do 6, 7, and 8. Actually, 7, 8, and 9. So there's a lot here. So let's see if I can do this without confusing you. So let's say in this case, you know what to do with 6. You deal the 6 cards, and then you turn over the card on top. Let's say in this case we have 5 plus 1, which is 6. You do that. 5 plus 2, which is 7. You do that. And then 5 plus 3, which is 8. Let's try this out. What you're going to do, actually, is you're going to count in groups of 2, and you're going to skip count 2, 4, 6, 8. So you say, okay, let's count 8 here. 2, 4, 6, 8. And that card right on top of the pile is going to be the 7. Now we have 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's say in this case we get 5 plus 4, which is 9. Now you're going to count in groups of 3, but skip count 3, 6, 9. So you can say, okay, 3, 6, 9. And just like that, you have the 7. And that really is how you can do the effect. So 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I guess really quick, I will go over all of those one more time, just because it was a little confusing how I did it. So you know your card is going to be 7th from the top, face down. I just kept it face up. They're going to roll, and if you don't get 6 or 7, you could do the force. You could even do the force if you get 6 or 7, but there's a few ways you could get around it as well. So let's say in this case we have 6 plus 2, which is 8. You say, okay, let's deal 8. Even the spectator could do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You explain to them, turn one of the die all the way over, so upside down. Say in this case we get 5. So now we're going to deal 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put the deck down, pick up the packet, spread out the cards, and explain that they could have dealt any set of numbers. Look at the die you didn't turn over, in this case the 6. You're going to eyeball 6 cards from the top of the packet, put your middle finger on that 6th card, and then say, let's give the cards a cut. So pick up from where your middle finger is, all those cards above, cut those, and then put the rest of the packet on top. Put in the 7 right there. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's say now, if we go over this again, they have 5 plus 1, which is 6. You could either do the force, which I just taught you, or you could say, go ahead and deal 6, then turn over the next card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They turn this card face up, they get a 7. Now, let's say in this case, we get 5 plus 2, which is 7. Go ahead and count 6 cards and turn over that 7th card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. And this is nice because you can either not do the force, or if you want to, you could do the force by flipping one of the dice over and then cutting the packet. It's all up to you how you want to do it. Now, let's say in this instance we want 3, which is 8. You're going to have to do the groups of 2. So you say, here, let's count 8 cards. So you're going to count. So you're going to drop, without reverse counting the cards, just push over in a block and drop 2, 4, 6, 8. And that card on top is going to be the 7. We have 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's say in this case they turn over a 4, which is 9. Well, now they're going to go in groups of 3. 3, 6, and 9, which is 7. And then you can reveal it any way you would like. So here's another way you can do that, and this is totally impromptu now. So let's say you give the deck a little mix, and you say, I'm going to make a prediction. You're going to take back the deck, and you're going to have it like this. So the back of the cards are facing the spectator. I am going to expose everything, though. You're going to go to the top of the deck, and you're going to count 7 cards, remember it, and then continue going. Because you don't want them to think you're stopping near the top. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Remember the King of Hearts. So now you're going to look for the soulmate, the King of Diamonds. Now, I will show you after this what to do if the King of Diamonds is in the stack where the King of Hearts is. Because if you take out the King of Diamonds, that would make the King of Hearts 6. That won't work. So we would look through for the King of Diamonds. I see it here. I'm going to put it face down. I'm going to turn over the deck. And now I'm going to go straight into the dice. And because this is already 7th, you're going to get the King of Hearts. And then you can reveal the King of Diamonds. So, let's say in this case, They shuffle the deck, you look through, and you know when going through like this, okay, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 King of Hearts. You know the King of Diamonds. Well, you remember that was at the top of the deck. What do? Simple. You're going to up jog the King of Diamonds, up jog one more card, and it doesn't matter what this card is. You just don't want it from the group of 7 cards, though. Okay, so it can be past the group of 7. Gonna put both of these right on top of the deck, okay? And then you can say, I'll take this card, meaning you put the King of Diamonds down, which is what you wanted, and you loaded one more card on top. Therefore, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, the King of Hearts. And then you can go straight into the effect. Another way you could do this is by controlling a card to the 7th position. Now there's a few ways you can do this, and I'm going to leave the tutorials in the description, but I will give you an exposed view really quick of what they look like. So let's say you have the 2 of clubs, you wouldn't know. The first way I might do this is the overhand shuffle. So basically the card would be face down, but in the action of shuffling, you can check out my video down below so you know what the overhand shuffle is supposed to look like. But while shuffling and talking to the spectator, you would put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 plus 1 is 7, meaning their card is 7th. I then in-jog the next card, I shuffle these, I lift up at the in-jog and I push in. Now you have a big break there, meaning when I shuffle these now, okay, once I'm done with the break, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. And now this is really good because you can either do the dice effect and they find their own card, or what you can do is do the prediction and you can go back to see what I did in case the 2 of spades is in the top 6 cards. But you could do that as well and then the dice. So another way you could do this, and you could do this way for all the ways I'm going to show you to control a card. Let's say you take out the 7 of hearts, you could do the Marlowe tilt. So if you don't know how to do the pinky count, which is a great way to get a break under 6 cards, that will be down below, along with the rest of these moves. You could even turn around and group count 2, 4, 6, put your pinky in there and square up. And then you can take it and you can do the Marlowe tilt. Keep in mind though, it would be face down. Put it right in there. And now it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then you could do the effect. One more way you could do this is with the bluff pass. So this is a little, I don't know if it's more difficult, but this is a different way you could do this. So let's say they get the 7 of clubs. You're going to want your break as before. So instead of going in groups of 2, you could go in groups of 6 or groups of 3. So 3, 6, catch your break. And then when they call out stop, let's say right there, they put in the 7. Watch your angles on this as well, so check out my video. And then you could bury it right in the middle. So now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But you could control it to the 7th position any way you want. And finally, here's one more way. This is more advanced, but this could work to your benefit because you could either load a card 7th and then do the dice effect, and you could even write down a prediction, or you could take out one of the soulmates and then do the prediction. I'll show you what I mean. So in this case, you could do the call. So let's say in this case, we want the 6 of spades. I just stopped at a card. You can go through and you can show these are all different, and you could call the 6 of spades and the 6 of clubs. You would just want to know which card is on top, okay? So let's say we take, it doesn't matter really which card is on top, because you could say, let's put down that card, we'll leave that to the end. And then you can control the other 6 on top to the 7th position any way you want, do the die, they land on the 6, and your prediction from the beginning is the 6 of clubs. And I think that is the video. So that was the effect for this. That was the tutorial for this effect. I hope you really enjoyed that. Those are just some different ways you can go about this if you want to have a prediction. So I hope you really enjoyed this. If you are new here, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you next week with another video. Bye.